Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tarot reading for JYP Entertainment and the review about the groups, and how they plan to manage them. There was someone requesting me to do this reading to see how they view the groups, what's in their plan, to do. Specifically about how they plan to treat or to keep working with for or with the female groups. There's a bit of a concern, I guess, from the fans' perspective about how JYP is treating the girl groups, at the moment. So yes, let's see what this industry, not the industry, what this company, what's their point of view and what's their next step. So yes, let's begin. They got the cards of Three of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, the Devil, and Five of Wands. Actually, the Five of Wands came out like as an extra card because I usually just pull five, but I wanted to clarify the Devil, so yes, the Five of Wands came out, and then from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, they got the card of Mars in Scorpio, Revenge. So yeah, lately it seems like, the last time I read for SM, they also got the card of revenge. So there seems to be like a feeling of wanting to revenge or wanting to get a revenge of coming from these companies. So I guess they must have some hurt feelings or some like not so positive feeling about the past or the people that left probably, and they want to revenge, or they want to do some action or some like I wouldn't say like an attack, but yes, an action to be like, okay, yeah, this is what you get for leaving us, or for sort of very being a bit petty, and resentful. So yeah, honestly, I think that when it comes to JYP, as a company, as a whole, not so much about the man or in a specific CEO. I think that I'm reading for them as a whole company involving everyone that is working in there. Like I think that there's lack of direction and there's lack of maturity in their decisions. Definitely, I see that they keep working. They are working. Probably the girls, the guys, the artists are working, are rehearsing, are showing up to rehearse, are showing up to put the effort. To combine forces, to combine efforts, to keep like working as a team. The teams that are part of this company. But I think that there's something about them. Not having a leader, like a proper leader or a guide, coming from this company, and in this I don't mean like like the JYP should be present all for all the groups, and being showing up there all the time, but I think that there's something about them being managed very like the like them getting feedbacks or getting directions or guidelines about what to do, them getting them through mails or messages or just like the internet or just like through the phone. There's something about them not having like a stable and proper figure to look up to and to also to rely on. I think that the groups are being led by very righteous person, like very probably is the leaders of each group. They are trying to be as clever and intelligent and as perceptive and as clear as possible in the role as leaders, but I think that they are very, very much like, it's a lot of responsibilities, you know, to be like the leader, you know. There's something, I sense a lot of young energy and a lot of inexperienced energy. In this case, I know that there's a lot of groups. For example, in the case of Twice, if we think about their leader, about Jiho, you know, definitely she's not an amateur, she's not like an inexperienced. But I think that when I see this page of sourcing here, I think that they are great when it comes to communicating with their teams and you know, and passing the information and being like, okay guys, this is how we are going to do it. But I think that these leaders don't have like, you know, like someone like a higher up that is like there for them to somehow like review the decisions or being like, okay, even pat them in the back and in the shoulder and be like, yeah, you done great, or you shouldn't have done this. You know, it seems like they are on their own. You know, that the leaders are doing the best they can, are trying to, you know, fulfill the role, are trying to also introduce new ideas. You know, there's something about them communicating a lot and writing down, you know, and maybe if other artists and their members have like ideas or have like suggestions or have some kind of worry or demands, they are like the ones that are like writing it down and being like, okay, I'm going to submit this when I have the time. I'm going to submit this to a higher up. So they're like the mediator. They're also sort of like the administrator. But I think that with the Seven of Cups in the middle, I think that these people definitely don't know what to do with the groups that they have. You know, probably with the Seven of Cups is like they definitely feel like they have a lot of artists to choose from. You know, they're like, oh, we will never run out of talent in here because we have different artists and we have different groups. But I think that the reality is very different. Actually, in here, I don't see cards that talk about reality or talk about, you know, stability or talk about, you know, a sense of like, okay, you had built this continuation with these groups, so there's a level of like, you know, like you have their loyalty or you have them there for you. I think that they have these very, you know, crazy ideas or crazy concepts, but it's just very much in their imaginary, you know. Is there like they think that they have time, they think that they have options. They probably also are thinking about debuting a new group, you know, so it's like they are definitely like counting and being like, oh yeah, well, if we cannot release this, we will release the other one, and just like this, you know, trying to swift, you know, oh, every time I get bored, I pick a different group, you know, and I don't think that that's a very smart move. I think that it lacks realism. And it lacks stability. And I think that probably if the fans are asking for this, maybe it has to do with them not feeling a sense of support or, you know, stability in their favorite groups in JYP. Also with the Five of Cups, there's this feeling, this very strong feeling of like, you know, definitely the groups or some groups are definitely mourning the loss of groups that left. You know, probably they cannot say anything about it, but ever since a certain group left the company, there had been, and also another people left, and every time someone leaves that company, there's a very strong feeling of grief, a huge void in that place that is felt like with your intuition and with your emotions, you can feel that things are not the same ever since that group left. Like somehow they were like the soul of the company, and things are not the same. But there's also this fear, you know. I think that people that are staying in there, they are like, okay, like, but what if in the future this is us, or what if this we run the same luck, or what if we have to make the same decision? What if we are the next ones that we have to leave? You know, so there's this sense of like, you know, I'm still mourning the people that left, or other people's like absences, you know. And this is something that I believe that probably it affects the artist in an unconscious way. I don't think that they they are like sad about it, but it's something like every now and then it comes back to to their mind, and they're like, oh yeah, right, this group is no longer with us. Oh yeah, right, they are not part of us. You know, there's it's a bit of missing someone, and also feeling like things are not the same. So, and I also think that it also can maybe this is something that also the CEO experiences, you know, not only the artist but also the CEO, the people that works in there, you know, like somehow like always remembering the energy and the presence of the people that left. And I'm not mentioning God7 because I don't know. I mean, I remember that God7 left, but I don't know if maybe there's other people that also left. So that's why I don't want to name them, because probably it's not just them. Probably there's other artists as well. But yeah, it could be them and other people as well. So every time someone leaves, there's this sense of like a void, you know, an empty feeling, and a lot of sadness, and probably this gets stuck in the building, like in an energetic way. In an energetic way, there's like this feeling, like in the hallway. It's like it's something very weird. I would advise them to somehow clean the place energetically. Maybe you know, light some incense stick or something like this, because I sense that the energy of the past is very much stuck in that building. A lot of things happened in there, and it needs to be cleaned. And also here with the Devil and the Five of Wands, there's a lot of suppression of emotions at the same time. I think that the artists that maybe witnessed this group leaving, they also witnessed a lot of push and pull, a lot of arguments, a lot of like discussions, a lot of rivalry. So there's something about, you know, also when these people left, for the artists that stayed, there's also this feeling of like, okay, ever since this group left, I have to compensate for them. So I feel this strong, huge weight of my shoulder to have to be like the most successful, or like the most famous or recognizable, or you know, the one that sells the most for the company, to compensate the loss of this group. So this is why I feel like there's a sense of sadness at the same time, and a bit of anger, because it's like, okay, it seems like they are being put under pressure because they have to be better, or they have to be as great as the group that was there, you know. So they have to compensate for that absence, and this also means them having to fill that space, and also fill it with sales and numbers and fans, and you know, it's a lot of responsibility for those groups, you know, to have to, you know, and it also it adds a lot of tension to the group and the artists, because they're like, okay, but we just debuted. Like, how are we supposed to, you know, to be filling such a huge shoes? You know, like, this is not something that you actually conquer from you know, day to night. You know, this is something that it takes time. We have to, yes, we have to, you know, invest a lot of ourselves, and sometimes this is not even up to us, you know. But I think that they felt like ever since this group left, or this artist left, there's a lot of more demands towards these people and a lot of more of pressure, and also because they feel so pressured, and also there's like with the devil there's a lot of like ambition, probably a lot of talks about money, talks about sales, talks about numbers, and then comparing the groups to each other. And this only creates more drama or more anxiety, and if you feeling like you are, against your, maybe people that you admire or a group that you admire, and it's like, I don't want to compete with them. They are my seniors, like I don't want to compete with them, but I think that they definitely, with their need to create more sales or to keep them motivated and to keep them ambitious, they definitely want their members to be hungry with ambition. Definitely they want to create, they are like, I think that they definitely push these artists to be like, okay, do you really want to be here? You have to be very ambitious. Definitely. You have to be very driven, you have to be very cutthroat, you have to be, like you have to be selfish. Like you have to think about yourself and the group, and you have to be the best of the best of the best. And you have to remove any kind of obstacle, or like nobody here is a friend. Nobody here is a friend. You two groups are competing against each other. Something about like this, and definitely it doesn't make the groups feel comfortable. It makes them feel like very tense, and they're just hanging in there, like they definitely are very young. They're also very driven, but I think that their energy is all about being constantly like under pressure, and it's all about competitiveness, and it's all about achievements. I get a lot of Capricorn energy here again. I know that JYP is not a Capricorn. I know he's a Sagittarius, but definitely he does have a love for Capricorn leaders, Capricorn placement, a strong Capricorn placement in their artist, very stubborn, very cold, very driven. So I guess he wants to keep adding more Capricorns to his company, because that's where the loyalty and the high achievements is. But yeah, they want the best of the best, so they put the groups next to each other. And yeah, with the card of the oracle, that is Mars in Scorpio, revenge, I think that yes, there's a strong sense of like, inspiring and motivating this group to be like very hungry for success, because they want to prove that they are still are one of the most powerful companies. This is their desire. They want to revenge. They want to see some head rolls. They want to defeat others. They definitely are coming for other people's necks. And I think that they are training their artists to be as competitive and as ambitious and as relentless as possible. Like it's like this is their mantra, to revenge, like revenge for the name of our company, like revenge. Like, okay, remember all the times we didn't get number one, or a company didn't get this recognition? Like, we have to revenge the company. We have to show them that we are still a menace, that we are still, that they cannot bring us down just like this. We are the best of the best. We work silently, or we work with a lot of patience. Maybe our success is not like, oh, right away, but eventually they want to place themselves in the top, again, at the top. They want to be the best of the best. And they definitely are like very straightforward with their artists about this. Like, if you are sensitive, if you are like a crybaby, if you are someone that you cannot work under pressure, you probably are not an artist for this company. And like, this is not the company for you. Definitely this company, it does give me a lot of Capricorn vibes, a lot of Saturnian vibes, where JYP is like the father figure, and he's like the one that puts the rules. He sets the rules, he sets the punishments, he's always like asking and asking and asking for his quote unquote children to be the best of the best, and he will not accept less than this. So yeah, and about, you know, the girl groups, and I think that someone that actually requested this, they were actually like concerned about the girl groups. So, but honestly, I think that the girls, you know, they will remain. They will continue fighting this. Because there's also something about their energy that they're also very stubborn. So JYP is very, and the company and others, not just him, but when it comes to choosing their artists, they know how to choose them. They know how to choose them. They know that it doesn't matter if they look like the sweetest person on earth. He wants people that just can be consistent and very hardworking and stable, because definitely like the company fits on their idols' stability. You know, probably the company in the CEO is not stable, but their artists are, and the artists will remain, and the artists will continue, and the artists will put the work. You know, even though they're tired, even though there's a lot of obstacles, they will not give up. They will not quit. You know, he doesn't want quitters in his selection, and I think that that's why he probably puts his artist to the test, because it's like, okay, do you want to leave? Like, do you want to leave? Do you really want to be here? Yeah, it's a bit like, yeah, it's tough, yes, but there's something about the artists, the girls, the guys, just being very strong-headed, you know, very stubborn at the same time. They want to keep going. Even the moments that you think that, oh, they look so tired, they cannot take it anymore, they will continue. I don't know where they get these strengths, but they will continue. They will continue on the company. So yeah. So yes, guys, this is all I have for JYP as a company. Like, this was like a sort of energetic tarot reading, and of course, like I always tell you, this is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I do not know JYP nor their artist, so this was just a tarot reading. So yes, guys, this is all I have for today. Thank you. Bye.